Just want to thank you both for chatting with us today. How has Pride overall transformed over the years?
Pride started off as a protest. It started off demanding that we be respected and seen as a community. And it turned into a party, which again, I love a good party. I love a good parade. But sometimes what we didn't realize was in the alleyways, as the parade is passing by, are so many people in the margins who are struggling. It's still within our community to access the basics from healthcare to employment. So, right now, and I think that we're feeling that Pride is returning to a protest and we're ready.
Yeah, we're seeing a shift in how people within our community look at history and look at their value within the space, particularly the most marginalized people, our trans brothers and sisters, Black and brown queer people that are reclaiming history as being not just a part of it, but the leaders of it.
Really segues to the next question. There was a new record of anti-LGBTQ bills. I think it was close to 500, actually, like 490 just this year, introduced by U.S. legislatures. And these ranged, like you had mentioned, banning access to gender-affirming healthcare, banning just drag performances. How does that make you feel, and what else needs to be done?
It's really insulting because these politicians literally play on folks' ignorance about issues. People forget this is the oldest trick in the book, distraction, so that they can go ahead and usher in all this other stuff that they're trying to do. We have more important things to talk about and to worry about.
Yeah, and I think a couple things come to mind. My mom often says, if you want peace, work for justice. We were raised as young people to pledge allegiance to the flag for justice and for all. So we have to remember that when we're in the voting booth, and we have to remember that we should be more concerned with the person that's standing next to us.
I found an interesting study. It said 1 in 5 Gen Z members identify themselves as LGBTQ+. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Listen, I have a lot of thoughts on the fact that people are like, more people are identifying as LGBTQ today than ever before. But we're living in an environment that is allowing people to be more brave. I also want to just point out that, y'all know, so many of us are lying to ourselves every day about who we are. What these younger people are realizing is that no label, gay, straight, cis, or trans, could ever fully define how amazing we are.
What advice would you give to a young adult who might be struggling with his, her, or their identity?
I still have trouble with this every single day. As we grow and we learn who we are, just figuring out who you are as a person, that's a lifelong process. But one thing I would say is your uniqueness is your superpower. Try your hardest to embrace it.
What I would love to tell a lot of the kids out there is that eventually you realize that us adults, we don't always have the answers. That is why it is so important for you as a young person to learn about autonomy, to learn how to trust yourself.
Yeah, you both are paving the way, which is
Thank you.
amazing. So what are your next projects?
A lot of music. I have a lot of music coming up. We got Purr. Right now Hollywood is going through changes. What I've learned is that there is an unscripted and a scripted side to Hollywood. And I'm just working on some unscripted things that I think are going to help to elevate and amplify my voice, that is going to help all of us understand our responsibility right now to respond to the challenges that we're seeing and facing.
It's so exciting. I'm personally honored to serve as executive producer for Stonewall Day, because we're heading down this path to the opening of the first ever Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center, and this is leading us to that next year.